I have your attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Crypto Night Show. Hope you're having a good time. Well, as from my understanding, the PulseChain conference day one has been on, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. The day two is on tomorrow. I'm going to be on in the morning, I think 5:30. Well, in the afternoons at 5:30 p.m. Eastern on the day two of the PulseChain conference, PulseX conference. So it'll be a lot of fun. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, I'm a little bit late today, but we've got a pretty bad storm here right now, just battling down the hatches and all that good stuff. Don't forget to share the show on X. We're going to cover everything happening on PulseChain. I just realized I said what has happened on PulseChain. That's really bad English, but never mind. It's all part of the fun. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and let us know what you guys are liking out there in the old crypto space. So let's get into it. We'll probably have a slightly shorter show today. Since I started later, but share show on X. Get out there, folks, and just hit the repost button. And if you're on a YouTube, definitely smash the share button. Now, big shout out to over on PulseChain X on YouTube. Really seeing some good growth over there. So welcome to all new people over on PulseChain X. Big shout out. Excavator's in the house. Hey, again, good to see you, Excavator. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Let me jump over here and set this up as well. All right, I think we're good to go. So let's get into it without further ado. Now, let me jump over to the Monster Thread is out today. So if you haven't checked it out, check out the Monster Thread. And you can see over here on MVS, we've got the Monster Thread there, right, looking good. Week number 10, can you believe it? Week number 10. And of course, that's incredible. 10 weeks of the Monster Thread. And definitely don't forget to read it and share it around. It's a perfect kind of a community newsletter, and of course updates of everything happening in the across the community. I'm going to talk about that tomorrow on the conference, so definitely check that. Very, very cool. I'm just trying to find the repost. It's got lots of cool stuff in it, so we're going to talk about that. Let me just scroll down and get the old link to it so you guys can share it around. You can see there's lots of cool stuff in it, so let me just take a copy of that and pop that up there and share that around. So that is the Monster Thread number 10, and bam, bam. All right, let's post it out. There we go. All right, so don't forget to share it around. That is the Monster Thread number 10, and of course, editor-in-chief out there, MVS Crypto, doing a great job, and of course, is our promotional lead at the Crypto Night Show, so doing a great job there too. All right, so let's jump over to the thread itself. Richard's help, Mo's paintings, PulseChain's meetup, and much more. Let's celebrate our 10th edition with an exciting $50 surf token giveaway. So if you want to get in on that, definitely do that. It's pretty easy to enter. Just retweet the Monster Thread. Follow, of course, MVS Crypto, and tag 3 friends. Tag 3 friends as well for a chance to win. Get out there, folks. So very, very cool. $50 of surf. As you guys know, Surf is really one of our 2 top DAO projects on PulseChain, with the Crypto Paradise team. Are doing an amazing job out there. So big shout out to that team. We've got top story there, Richard's helping hand. So you can check that out. It's all about the PulseChain.com website. We've seen some upgrades there already, so that's pretty exciting. Mo's painting, which I think is pretty amazing. Look at that Mo's painting there. Look at that. Richard Hart. I think that's pretty damn good. And look at that behind there. We've got lots of different pictures, I guess, of different projects on the old PulseChain. I can see PDC the Grays there. You can see MCR 369. Very, very cool. And of course, he's put out a portrait there. So I reckon it looks pretty damn good too. We also got obviously the SEC final milestone. Big shout out to Nicola Herbs for covering all that, and Veritaya celebrated the SEC not appealing. So we finally got the final nail out in the coffin for the SEC, and that PulseChain is free. And not only is it free, but it has some good legal standing now, which is very, very cool. That a lot of other chains and cryptos do not have. In fact, the vast majority. HexScout EU expansion, we've got that happening at the moment, so that's kind of cool. HexScout has been amazing, expanding the onboarding ability to that is supporting the marketing, actually, the EU's expansion for a charity with Richard Hart's electronic devices and big promotions coming up. That was very cool. Gerardo was on Crypto Paradise's show, which I thought was a great stream, so go check that out. And Gerardo's been doing a lot of stuff around the community with web development. So if you're after a website with Web3, Gerardo's the man to go to, and you can check it out at Cypherus there. So I know many of you want to get some cool website up. He's been doing that, so check that out as well. PulseChain's winning jockeys, Crypto 7, the number one PulseChain influencer, I think, in the UK, is out there with his daughters doing some pretty amazing things. You can see some of the pictures there, and they're winning for PulseChain and Liquid Loan, so they're doing a great job out there. So well done to both the girls, and that is Eilish, I guess, and Abby. So pretty cool. First and second, pretty good, eh? Pretty good there at the racetrack there. So not bad. We also had the big news around Solid Trader Bot on Telegram came out from SolidX, one of the many products that we're expecting them to roll out in a very short space of time. So they've been doing a great job there. So big shout out to Firewhale, Randy Alasky, and of course many others that have been supporting that. Also, I guess Vets and Crypto, big shout out to you as well. Liberty Swap has been rolling out the instant USD Tether. So we had USDC, now we got USD Tether as well. Isn't that awesome? And of course, more chains are being added. So we're getting ready for the bull market on PulseChain. So it's pretty cool. It's going to unlock a lot of liquidity on other chains. So looking excited about that. Definitely read all that about that. We got a cool shout out for KG. We got Hex Rally win. So we had a cool rally win there with the car. I love that car. Look at that. That's pretty cool. So Hex winning some more races. Pretty neat. There we got PulseChain unicorn status as well. PulseChain, of course, getting a cool breakdown there from a person, Scott Malker. He's got 1 million followers, and really excited about PulseChain. So that was really cool. So we'll bring over a few more influencers like that to PulseChain during the bull market. That'd be very cool. Tiger's been trending on TikTok. So, we've got a couple of influencers on TikTok. I think maybe two decent sized influencers on TikTok, but it's really an area that we need a lot of growth in to reach out a new audience, particularly quite a young audience. Well, Tiger's out there expanding his build on TikTok up to almost 12,000 followers now, which is pretty awesome. So congratulations to Tiger. PDC World Rank, of course, on CoinGecko. So we've got coins that are ranking up on CoinGecko now. PDC the Greys, of course, our number one, or at least top two, one of our top two DAOs on PulseChain has been doing very, very well there. So big shout out to the team there. DRT Book Club, Tam. Shouts out an excellent stream by Hex Space Force there. Book club discussing economics, crypto, and PulseChain. So we've got a bit of everything, right, on the old Monster thread today, which is pretty exciting. PulseChain meetup party, so lots of social things happening across the community. You can see many of the people you may know and many you don't know meeting up for PulseChain, which is pretty cool. And so we've got Aussies and Americans in that picture, and probably a few others as well. Wild SJ shared fun vibes from a party meetup with community members. We've got a lot of cool people in there. So big shout out to all the people. I can see Joshua Wu, Carrera Georgia, and McCrypto as well from the MCR team. We also have PulseChain's ETH dominance. The PulseChain news spotlighted ETH. PulseChain earning well-deserved recognition as one of the world's top Ethereum holders. Obviously sitting at number 3 on the ETH rich list there on the strategic reserves. Looking very, very cool. So yeah, really, really great stuff happening over on PulseChain, and well summarized. Now, there are a couple of honorable mentions there: Crypto Slav, SolidX, the Coin Zone, and Pulse Wallet. So you can check out all those mentions as well. And of course, definitely don't forget to share it around and hit the likes there as well. Remember, there is a number 10, 10th edition giveaway, $50 surf, and all you have to do is repost, follow, and tag 3 friends for a chance to win. So get out and do that. Highly recommended there. Big shout out to MVS Crypto, editor-in-chief of the Monster Thread. Of course, a publication of the Kryptonite Show, is doing very well. So looking forward to the next 10, weeks ahead, right? Now, we've also got some cool teams in there today under the promo post. So we've got Axel Lending is here. So you can check that out. Axel Lending, real game changer. Multi-chain peer-to-peer lending platform is now on PulseChain. This is new, guys. This is new. This is really, really exciting. And of course, you can also bridge Ethereum assets as well. And you can negotiate custom loans. So you can borrow and lend in a custom way, peer-to-peer. So this is new to PulseChain. Very, very cool. Well done to the Axel team there. And of course, you can see the website lending.axel.wins. Check it out. Very, very cool indeed. So you can do custom loans. You can do negotiations. You can see some of the loans on here already. This is on the loan offers. Look at that, already up and running. We got these loan offers, all sorts of sizes. So pretty amazing, right? So check that out. I think that's pretty cool. Look at that. Woohoo! That is cool. We got my loans, my lending, marketplace stats, and of course, this is a long-term team, been around for a long time on PulseChain from the Axel community there. So get out there, check it out. Very, very cool. And you can see all the socials down here on that. So big shout out to the team. And we got a cool video here. Basically, with lending, you don't have to sell your assets, and you can borrow, let people, can borrow against them. Things like that, and may or may not avoid a taxable event in your country, depending what your tax rules are. We also obviously got Surf from Crypto Paradise. I cannot say enough good things about Crypto Paradise team. Very professional team, and they're giant. They're a giant team on PulseChain, 130,000 followers, professional in finance and crypto, and they've really been doing an amazing job. You got Nate Amaru and of course Nick Hitman there. Those three guys absolutely crushing it. They're always doing a couple shows a week. They've got so many things going on. They're obviously another big DAO team like the PDC crew. And of course, these are the face of the team, which I think is pretty amazing. So if you check them out, because they do double shows a week. They got a midweek market update. They got Meme Coin Monday on X Spaces. So definitely check that out. Very good shows, and X Spaces as well. You can obviously deep dive into the Surf token. They got a 5% buy and sell tax. And of course, 1% goes to passive income. So you're earning that as well. They also boost their liquidity and burn the token. Kind of some cool stuff there. But there's more than that. There's also obviously the DAO that gets 1.5% of the tax, and of course builds up that DAO there. If you hold 200,000 Surf tokens, you can earn passive income from their trades, and of course vote on projects, get exclusive investments as well, like giveaways and pre-sales, all sorts of stuff. It's pretty cool. So check out Surf DAO there, one of the two big DAOs I would say on PulseChain now, and of course with a huge team. They also have a special referral project out at the moment, 20,000 Surf. You earn 10% referral bonus, which is pretty cool. So check that out, a new referral program for the DAO. So lots of cool socials there for Crypto Paradise. So yeah, some real heavyweights in the old monster thread this week. We also got obviously Rage on farms on Nexian. So big shout out to I think Crypto Bro and the team. So Rage Farms on Nexian looking pretty hot. And I love some of the artwork there. It's pretty badass. Yeah, Rage tokens there, introducing Rage Farms on Nexian. Nexian's one of the big new 4 farms that we often talk about, offering high yields. And of course, they're going to be bigger than a farm. They're going to be a giant ecosystem because they're creating a big leverage platform, and of course, staking for NFTs. So really, they're pushing the boundaries of what DeFi can offer on PulseChain, just like we saw with Axel with the peer-to-peer lending. Nexian's going to be doing that, and Raidon is really pretty much, I think, well over 50% of the liquidity pools there with Raidon, Greed, and it's doing pretty amazing job there. So yeah, Rage at the moment, first ever cap supply. So they've got a very cap supply kind of tokenomics, and they've got all these different liquidity pools in there at the moment that you can get into and earn a couple $1,000% APR at the moment, which is pretty awesome. What else we got going here? They've got lots of partnerships. So look how many partnerships Raidon has done with all these different teams: Emmett Farms, Nectar Supply, Nakamoto, PulseBitcoin.com, Heartwood Dog. These are awesome. Function Island, another one of the farms. So doing pretty well there. And you can see the chart results there looking pretty good. A lot of upward charts going on there for these tokens. So very, very neat there with those partnerships. And this partnership is something, as you guys know, that I want to see grow on PulseChain, and we have seen it grow. We've certainly, as the Crypto Night Show team with MBS and myself, been involved in this increased partnership and increased communication amongst teams, and we've seen a big change in that over the last 3 or 4 months, and that's a really good positive, a win-win for everybody. So very, very cool stuff happening there. I love look at that. Rage is sexy. There we go. So that's looking good. We also got Dark Horse as well. Dark Horse team there, and of course Cabal King doing an amazing job out there. So big shout out to him, ramping up his coverage of Dark Horse. Dark Horse has some of the best imagery I think out there. It really is crazy. I love the branding, and of course the Dark Horse there has 0% tax, so it's kind of cool. This is a not tax coin there. Nexian Farms as well, another project that's on Nexian Farms. So they're doing pretty well. And of course, you can earn PDI wrap Bitcoin, a lot of popular tokens that people are after. So pretty cool. They've got a 30-day pegathon going on at the moment, which is something really cool. New launches every week, burning dark token, airdrop rewards, and launching 500% APR farms. So Very, very exciting 30-day period at the moment for the old Dark Horse community with the Pegathon is on. Yeah, and then there's a new token with that. The first one there was the Peganator or Peg token, and that's doing pretty well. And you can see you're getting paid PDI on reflections there, 7% and 10% on buys and sells. Also, obviously, fattening up the LP and burning Dark and Peg token, and 95% of the tokens are burned. So that's pretty cool. Farming on Nexion, of course, you can check that out. So you can stake your Peg and Pulse and get some nice yields there. They've also got the next 30 days, they're going to have one new launch per week. So it's going to be very dynamic and exciting in the Dark Horse community there. And like I say, doing a great job on that sort of stuff. They also got a Pegathon airdrop at the moment. If you're holding 55 million Dark and 555,000 Peg, you can participate in that. So just check that out. That's coming up soon. In fact, yeah, very, very soon. So keep a lookout for that airdrop if you qualify. And then, of course, we've got Wagme as well. Wagme Farms from Cabal King also. Yield farms are live on Nexion. So Nexion's getting a lot of love at the moment. We've got some big projects going on to Nexion. So big shout out to them. And yeah, new farm pairs have launched where you can earn Wagme just by providing liquidity. So you've got the Wagme pairs as well, earning really nice high. Look, these APRs are huge. So I don't know what they are at the moment, but definitely check them out. Tens of thousands of percent there. This is, if you're looking for high DeFi yield or even a lower yield passive income, then definitely check out some of these pools that are up for the team at the moment from Wagme. Only 50% of the supply remains, and most of it's locked in liquidity pools. So that's pretty cool. 150 million Wagme burn forever. So there we go. And also 414 token also is playing in this. Is backed at the perfect DCA zone. So obviously after a big rally and a pullback, it's a good place to get in on 4-on-4. The journey to the Peg continues. The new airdrop token will be launched, designed to expand Wagme and 414 liquidity across top tier PRC20 tokens on PulseChain. To qualify for those, also you need to hold 555,000 Wagme or 555,000 414 tokens. So the snapshot for that will be announced soon. So if you want to participate in that airdrop, man, we've got quite a few airdrops in today's monster. That's pretty amazing. And then of course you can buy those tokens there to get involved. And of course, the Kryptonite Show, you can obviously join up to our Telegram for free, and also Strategy Club, that is $35 a month, as well as community membership, $12.50 a month. So definitely join up the Strategy Club or our community membership in our Discord and join the team. Now, we do have a poll on at the moment as well. Vote for the next giveaway reward token now. So definitely get out for that. PDC, Surf, a PDI, or a PWrap Bitcoin. So definitely get that. In fact, I'm going to have to repost that myself. So get out there for that one as well. So that's at the end of the monster thread. At the moment, looks like Surf is leading, but look, there's 5.5 days to go. So definitely go and vote for that. And what will the next giveaway token, reward token be? PDC, Surf, PDI, or Wrap Bitcoin? Let us know. That's going to be pretty what you want there. We always got Nick Hellman in there for Surf token, which is pretty cool. So yeah, definitely get out there. The monster thread looking pretty beastie. Week 10, $50 Surf token giveaway. One of the two top DAO tokens, and of course run by a great team. But all the cool news in there, absolutely amazing. People around PulseChain are doing so many good things, and I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. So yeah, bring on the next 10 weeks, is that's all we can say. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. That is what is happening on the old PulseChain. Even if I can't do good English on my titles today, it is hilarious. Now let's get into the chat there before we get into the stock market. We're zooming through today. Let's see who else has jumped in the chat. We've got Blair in the house there. Hi all, good to see you, Blair. Big shout out. Dues of the booze. Cheers everybody. Chin chin with the old beer cup there. We got Matt and Barley as well. Howdy. A quick pick stop, says Matt. Always a pleasure to see Matt and Barley there. Hope you're doing well, Matt. Hex Fader, good job, guys. Yes, the monster thread is looking really hot. So well done to MBS Crypto and myself. Looking good there. Wookie the Syndicate Capo. Come on, ETH, it's time to shine. It is time to shine as well. I'm sure it's getting pretty close to Wookie, getting pretty close to that 3,000 mark. Has been attacked yesterday. Anita in the house there. Good morning, everyone. Always a big shout out to Anita, one of our moderators there. Wearing the black diamond too image there, Anita, like that. Q Baller as well. Good to see you, Q Baller. Hope you're doing good. And of course, I'm going to forget your original name, Q Baller. We got Tyndall in the house as well. Rage. Yeah, Rage in the monster thread today. Check that out. Some good airdrops, man. A number of airdrops from some of the teams, amazing. These are some of this is where all the action is happening on PulseChain, by the way. It's a lot of stuff happening there being highlighted there in the monster thread. Hexavator, was it Fur Bear Assets in the house? Good to see it. But Wookie likes to ride the Torus. Yeah, we're going to talk about Torus today. We're doing an update on that. We're going to be covering Torus probably regularly because I think it's such an exciting project on Titanex. And it may, let's get to see how it goes. It's very different from the other projects before it. So we're going to see how that plays out with the changing mining values. It's really got to get your head around that, but it's pretty awesome. Hit the likes and post it out, Cowboys. Absolutely smash the likes on the way out. But big welcome to everybody. Yeah. So we're going to do stock market first. Then we're going to look at Bitcoin and the M2 monetary supply. We're going to get into PulseChain and do a quick review of that. Then we're going to get into Titanex and cover Torus and the impacts of that on day 4 is just finished, and day 5 is, I don't know, about 6 hours in. So we're going to get onto all that. So we've got a lot of cool stuff happening today on the show, and we're going to try and do it in lightning speed. Okay, there we go. Let's get into the markets. So the markets at the moment, we got the Dow Jones up 0.2% at 88 points to 44,459. S&P 500 up 0.4%, 8.8 points to 6,268, and Nasdaq is up 0.25% at 54 points to 20,640. Actually, the title says that the stock futures have dipped though, so stock futures has dipped a little bit, 0.1%. But at the moment, what do we got there? We got US dollar there down at 97.73, down a little bit there. So green day on the markets from the looks of it. We also got obviously West Texas oil, $66.73, down a third of a percent. Brent oil down 1/10 of a percent, $69. Gold at the moment, $3,356, and silver there at $38.50, down 0.5%. Now, I want to say something very in particular, about the United States. So, United States has one rare earths factory operating, or plant operating, I should say. Well, let me say it again: a mine plant operating in California, as I understand it. Today, they have opened up their second rare earths plant in the United States. So this is a very cool. This fits very well in Trump's strategy, and so more rare earths being produced there. I think they're producing about 7 out of the 17 rare earths that you need for modern electronics. So this is a really big day for the United States with their rare earths getting more security there, because as you guys know, China dominates rare earth production, something like 90%. And it's a very very dirty process to process those. But the United States has done it so big. That is just some of the beginning of what Trump's successes will be in the future. So very exciting there. Obviously, there's been a bit of sparring over tariffs. Trump over the weekend outlined a 30% tariff on Mexico and the European Union. And of course, they weren't very happy about that, but he's still in negotiation phase all through July. We know that for the 1st of August now is the deadline. He will have to close out his deadline phase probably by August, because he's got to get the economy. He's got to set up that in the first 6 months, and that strategy, the three-legged stool strategy that we've been talking about. Tariffs, taxes, of course, which he's done. Tariffs is the next one, and of course regulations is the third one, right? Those are basically 3 pillars of a strategy, and so he's got to get that under the thing. So that's why he's putting extra pressure on these countries. To follow an announcement of 35% tariffs on Canada, South Korea, and Japan, and a 50% levy on copper, all effective the 1st of August there. So a lot of pressure coming down on these teams to get deals done, and so Trump there ramping that up. But he needs to do that, of course, because midterms are next year. So he has to lay the foundation for his strategy, get the economy booming, and the economy is staying pretty resilient at the moment. And then, of course, not having too much drama in next year, right? That's the whole thing, so that he does well in the midterms for the Republicans there, and they, keep power and stuff like that. So that is kind of the play. Now, tomorrow we have earnings seasons. In particular, we've got banks coming out, bank results, and I think they're going to be pretty good. We've also got, because we've seen a little pickups in lending and interest rates and things like that, obviously the monetary supply, but we've also got the CPI data, the consumer price index data, that's going to be very important for the interest rate cuts that we're all expecting. Obviously, there's a lot of pressure on Jerome Powell to resign, so that is all in the mix right now. So that is tomorrow's a big day for the market, so we'll keep a lookout for that with all those banks and inflation. All right, that brings us into crypto. We'll talk about that. Smash that out. Don't forget to repost the show. There it is there. Share the show on X. It'll be really helpful. Bam. Thank you very much. All right, so there we go. So crypto market, 3.8 trillion, down 2.9%. And like I said, I'm expecting a massive re-rate for crypto heading towards the gold market cap, right? So if gold market cap's something like, 23 trillion, somewhere in that ballpark, 22 trillion, then that's where we're expecting to go. So bring it on, So we're expecting a massive re-rate in the crypto market, particularly Bitcoin driven. But also I think the Ethereum has its own narrative now with the Genius Act, right? So we're in crypto week. So we're expecting more around that too. Bitcoin at the moment, $119,700. So just off that little high that we had yesterday, that we tapped to 122, 123. But we're still up 0.2% on the 24-hour. Ethereum there is up at number 2, up 0.4% at 3,010. So we're holding above 3,000. XRP at the moment up 2.7%. Let me just refresh this just to make sure I've got the latest and greatest. Sometimes it gets stuck a little bit. Yeah, 3,000. XRP up 2.7%, $2.92. BNB up down 0.8% at $688. Solana at number 6 down 0.3%, $161. Dogecoin at number 8 is down 1.8% at 19.6 cents, and Tron is up with 0.1% at 30 cents. Those are our top 10 along with Lido. What else are we having happening there? That's pretty much it. The top performer in the last 24 hours has been XRP, up 2.6%. Over the last week, the top performer has also been XRP, up 28.5% in the last week, followed pretty closely by Ethereum, up 17.9%. And that is of course includes Lido as well. So those are our best performers. Let's have a look at the top 100 coins. We've got Pudgy Penguins doing pretty well. It's sitting at number 66. Remember, these cheaper meme coins that are down at the bottom end or in the top 50 of the 100, they're probably going to be having better X returns. So we're up 110% there on the old Pudgy Penguins at number 66. Market cap just under 2 billion too, so lots of potential X returns up there. Stellar as well, up 81%, and Algorand there up 59% for the week. Those are our top 3, followed by Hedera and a Story there up 48 and 34%. So we're getting some nice little double-digit gains in the top 100. It's a very bullish sign. Top gainers there over the top 1,000. We've got SX Network up 40%, Ava AI up 37%, and Bugscoin at 37%. We're going to have a quick look at these. And I'm going to make this real quick this time. So we're at 705 position for that. Let me 705. But we've got this coin's been around since the 1st of February 24, so last year. And SX Network is a sovereign blockchain that hosts sports betting applications. So you can check that out also. In fact, they probably got a cool website. It is on Ethereum. So we'll check this out quickly. Right, so that is the site there. So you can definitely check that out. And that is all the betting that they have on it, tennis, baseball, and everything else. So maybe for those sport buffs, that might be something for you. Sitting there. And of course, let's have a look at the next one. We got Ava AI. So obviously AI is a big theme at the moment. And of course, that's number 756 on the ranking. It is on Solana chain, and it's been around since 21st of November last year. It looks like it's just rallying off the bottom really a little bit, from 3.2 cents to 4.7 cents. And of course, they've got Hollow World, so we could quickly check that out. An AI engine for storytelling. You can obviously enter the app there. We'll have a quick look at that. And that is it there. So create an agent and stake Ava. So it's kind of cool. Might be worth checking out those as well for those that are into AI agents and things like that. Kind of cool. And then finally, we've got the last one, which is a Bugscoin. Let's see where this is ranked. So this is ranked at number 543, so actually higher than the other two. And it is only been around since December last year. And it is on a BSC chain or BNB chain. And Bugscoin projects overcome the limitations of traditional reward systems for promoter engagement there. So there we go. A bit of a reward token for engagement. Let's quickly look at this website, Bugscoin. It's taking a while to render there. Anyway, you can check that out in your own time. That is Bugscoin number 3. So yeah, total market cap 3.8 trillion, down 3%. That's based on 17,660 coins. But Bitcoin, they're holding pretty strong, 119,705, which makes us zoom into Bitcoin, doesn't it? And we can see here on the chart that Bitcoin, on our Bitcoin chart here, is yesterday peaked out at 123,231. Is that crazy? But of course, we knew it was going there, and it's just a matter of time, and everything has played out pretty well. We do have crypto week this week, and we've obviously got trade deals continuing. So 1st of August there is now the key date, that one there. So yeah, we're going to play out through that, a couple of weeks for that. And then of course, we've got more deregulation and leverage happening with the stable coins week. And of course, we're expecting crypto regulation, more of it in September, October. And then of course, the big interest rate cuts on the 17th September. That is a huge day for crypto, and of course that may be the final seal of the altcoin season, right? So we're keeping a lookout for that. That is a lot of pressure to go there. How far away is that? Well, let's have a look. It is still 64 days away, so just over 2 months. But we're expecting continued ramp up there towards that vehicle there. But that could be the banana trigger somewhere along those lines. So we'll keep a lookout for that. But we've got so much bullish news heading in the right direction. So now, obviously, Trump there having to play a little bit more hard ball there with tariffs. He's given 50 days for President Putin to try and come to the peace table rather than keep bombing cities. So, doing the peaceful approach hasn't worked. So Trump's now stepping it up with punitive measures. So we'll see how that goes over the next 50 days. On that one, let's have a quick look at Ethereum. Let's have a look over there. Ethereum and Coinbase. We had a golden cross for Ethereum. We've had that for a few days now. Beautiful, isn't it? Don't we love that? And it's played out very nicely. And we're expecting it to continue to re-rate. And we've got our target of $3,775 to get the Magic Carp Ride money back to its original value, which I think was $635 million, if I remember rightly. Let's have a look at into Richard Hart. So what are we at? 645. I always say 635 or 645, but 645. And we're under the money. That yellow line is the break number there. That's the 3773. There it is there. And we're just above that. So we're 135 million out of the money. But that's a lot better than where we used to be. We used to be way out of the money. It was 645 when it came in. I think we've been down into the low 200s. So we're back up now at over $500 million again. With that 171,000 ETH. And of course, that's in the monster thread today, talking about that story. So there we go. Very, very cool news. And our golden cross is going to be really severe, guys, to the upside. I can only see this really going quite crazy moving forward, as long as we don't have any, major, global meltdown. China and Taiwan's really the only issue I can think of, and that could take us there, apart from some national, asteroid landing on the Earth or something, which is 2029. We've got that asteroid. It's like 1 in 30 chance of hitting Earth or something, which is not good. It's like not good chances. So fingers crossed there for, I think it's 2029. So that is the play. That's Ethereum. So looking very bullish indeed. We've got the current prices 50-day at $2,580, and we've got the 200 at $2,500. So we're $75 clear almost on the golden cross, and we're expecting a really bullish moves to the upside. Obviously, it has gone very nicely so far. Now, moving to the M2 monetary supply. So I've got a cool chart here tracking the M2. So the M2 is basically cash and deposits that can be liquidated pretty quickly. And that is increasing. Look at that, it's just increasing in the red line. And of course, we've also got the white line there with the Bitcoin price also rising. And of course, you can see the correlation just implied there. Very, very close indeed. And of course, up and away we're going. Of course, we've just reached record levels of M2 supply, which is pretty cool. 110 trillion in M2 supply, and we got Bitcoin price up at looking pretty nice there. Obviously, we've moved past that. So I think we're up at it says 108.10 here. I actually think we're up 120 now. So it's just gone up and away there. Not sure why the data is missing off that, but that is very, very cool. I'm pretty sure we're over 120 trillion there on the mark. Now we have some other charts in here as well that I wanted to quickly bring out. Where is it? Bitcoin dominance chart. And let's see, Bitcoin dominance. And we can see in yellow here. So this was the 2021 rally, right? So dominance got up to about 72% on this chart. And then it crashed out. Once it does this decrease, that means that we're going to altcoin season, right? So altcoins start pumping. Obviously, we're heading up pretty close there. We're at 62.4% at the moment. Obviously, still climbing. Will we get to 72%? I'm not so sure we'll get quite that high, but I think we're going to, get up a bit higher, and then, of course, get to the rally. We're pretty high at the moment, to be honest, at 62. Maybe we get to 66 or so, and then come down because of the structure, or how many tokens are around the structure of the ecosystem, and I think because of Ethereum in particular. Of course, with the stable coins, right? We're expecting a stablecoin boom on Ethereum through the Genius Act, Genius Bill, I should say, and of course, several $1 trillion of US-backed issued treasuries and securities. They are based on stablecoins for Circle and Tether, and of course, that will be a boom for the likes of Ethereum, and probably indirectly other chains like Tron and things like that. So we're going to keep a lookout for that. So that is the play at the moment on the Bitcoin dominance. What's going to lead us into PulseChain. Don't forget to get in the chat there as well. If you guys have got anything you want to talk about in particular happening on PulseChain. We're 35 minutes on the hour, and audience is growing. So big shout out to everybody that's new to the channel. If you're on any of the YouTube channels, smash the subscribe button. If you're on the X, remember to follow. Heading back up towards 1,000 followers. I think we're up at 920. So definitely don't forget to follow on X. Really does help a lot, and share the channel around if you love daily crypto and, of course, PulseChain content. And of course, we cover other chains as well, other projects like Titanex, and we will be covering X1 and things like that coming up. The fork of Solana. So definitely get out there and repost like a repost. All right. Let's jump into PulseChain, and we're going to talk about that. Obviously, we've had a big whale selling lately, so the big whale has really dampened down the markets there since we bet the SEC last week. Then the whale's definitely been selling out the position. Now, people, the analysis is that it's not Richard Hart. It's been some of the best analysis we've seen, and so it's somebody else. So take note of that, because there is the Richard Hart theory racing out there. But yeah, we're probably going to expect, at least after the SEC, especially with the whales selling, this is not the only whale. We've got a couple other players out there. We've seen some analysis around Kyle the Dev and people like that out there. You can check that all out. But that's some of the things that we've got going on. James Marie as well, selling also. So with all these analytics on those. Some of the whales that have been selling on PulseChain. But the big one here is this PulseX wallet, the wallet 132. We're going to talk about that. But day 795 since PulseChain launched on the 13th of May, 2023. And we've got Pulse at the moment, quadruple 0278. We're sitting nicely at 3,000, weren't we? Unfortunately, we didn't get to hold that. We're down 3.65% at the moment. Still sitting at 28% of the mean sacrifice price. PulseX at the moment, quadruple 02. So holding over 2,000 just. We're down 5.3% on PulseX. The buy and burn, though, it doesn't care. It just keeps going up. 7.4% at the moment is being bought up and burned out of the public supply. So that is still heading in the right direction. And token there, $1.39, down 5.63%. And we've got Hex there at the moment is actually up, which is counterintuitive, because that is what the big whale is selling, is the old Hex. So looks like we've got some some players that are buying Hex, offsetting the decrease down there from the whale sales, right? So we had more whale sales overnight. We're going to check that out today. There's at 1%. We've got EHEX at 1,600 of a penny, holding on as well. And of course, the whale also has EHEX, right? So we're going to jump into that in a minute. But let's look at the gas prices. 1.3 million beats, 1 cent for a PulseX swap at the moment. So super cheap on PulseChain. Valid is 52,000. That's up slightly from yesterday. I think we're at 51,999 or something. The bridge amounts. Now, I don't have a bridge update today, but we're at 86.7 million, I should say. And that's been pretty consistent the last day or two. The one thing I will say is that on the bridge yesterday, we did have a drawdown from 2.5 to 2.9, but I haven't updated it overnight. So we were still negative 2.9 yesterday. I don't know if that's changed much overnight. Probably not, given the whale selling. But we'll give an update hopefully tomorrow or the next day on the old bridge. So that is exclusive to the Crypto Night Show as well. Let's jump over to the PulseChain numbers, and we're going to check that out. So let me do that. We're going to jump to the big screen as well. So PulseChain at the moment, $24.8 million in volume. So that's actually pretty good. So we've got Lambo 369 that's been around for 13 hours. It's only just launched, up 23,000%. 170k volume on 34k. We'll have a quick look at this. Obviously not financial advice or anything like that. It's also got got some paid support as well, sitting at number 8 on the old PulseChain. And you can see that chart moving up pretty high there. I haven't done any due diligence. Quick Intel says that it looks okay, but once again, do your due diligence before getting involved. But that is Lambo 369. It's got a website as well. We'll quickly look at that. I haven't checked this one out, so just take notes on GoPulse. So not really that website's not really going anywhere. Portal from Kung Fu Giza's been around for 2 days, up 97% still. We got Federal Deposit Insurance, that is up 63%, been around for 6 months. Bullseye, been around for 8 months, that's up 23%. We got Tears as well, that is up 15%. So these are all quite different from what we normally see on the leaderboard here on PulseChain. Now we've obviously got things happening around this ecosystem and associations. We've got BBC token from 9inch up 9.7%, PGC the Greys up 6% there, X up 5%, Communist up 5%. I think was it Crypto Coffee did a video on Communist, I think the other day. You might want to check that out. Obviously, we've got Hex moving up here, actually counterintuitively, up 1.6%. And then Teddy Bear, which has done a little bit of a run recently, is up 1% as well. Liquid Loans up a little bit there too, as well as Ink Dollar there. And there's about $800 to $900,000 worth of Ink Dollar, I think, stables now. So that's done pretty well there from Fast Abdul. And then, of course, we've got the STM here. Is pretty much flat. So those on the leaderboard. Everything else is slightly out of the money on the old PulseChain. And there's probably been just a little bit of selling as well. But let's go have a look at the whale, shall we? Shall we go do that? Let's go. Where's the Hex gone? Up here. What the heck is happening with Hex? Let me just find a good pool. We're going to go to this one here. And we're going to go find the whale sells. So we did have some whale selling from that whale. But the market has been pretty resilient on the old Hex there, defending the line from the whale. So let's have a quick look at the mark. I think we're going to go 10,000 maybe. Let's see here. Wallet 132 did sell 11 hours and 45 minutes ago. You can see the sell there, wallet 132. But they have two wallets, right? They have two wallets. Take note of that. But they did sell there. And the other wallet still had 350 million in it yesterday. I haven't checked it today. But I think 132 is getting there. So there's probably not too much left. So that's kind of cool. Let's quickly pick up this wallet and we'll go to Frankabel, shall we? And check that out. Frankabel, and bam. And we're going to change the wallet out and quickly check to see how this wallet is going. Don't forget to smash the follow button on X and smash the subscribe button on YouTube. Once again, a big special shout out to PulseChain X YouTube. We've had some really good growth there, so welcome to all the new people over there. So yeah, how much? Is this the right one? I'm pretty sure it's the one. Let's see here. We got. Looks like they got some Lambo 369. So I don't know. They're speculators. They got some Lambo 369 there. That's pretty interesting. They picked up the Lambo 369 there. But your mum as well. They got 2,000. But looks like they're out of the Hex. Looks like the Hex has gone out of this wallet, the 132. So that is cool, but they got the other wallet, right? So I haven't got the other wallet up, but the other one, yeah. So looks they've sold all the X there. There's all gone out 15th of July there. So let me just get the dates here. So they sold another 30 million here. What's that? 50 million Hex they sold on the 15th. And then previously they had sold more Hex on the 14th, the 13th, the 12th. So they've been selling consistently, the 11th. Etc. So yeah, I got asked last night on the strategy club about the whale, whether they're going to continue selling. Of course, that is their being behavior, a complete exit of PulseChain. So that is continued, right? So that has been suppressing power. But hey, look, the market's been pretty resilient. The market is kind of held up against that. But it does have another wallet, which has got about 350 million Hex in it. So just take that into account. And I don't have that wallet up, so let me just see whether I can find that for you quickly. But that is another wallet that is the parent, because I get the other wallet that's got 350 million Hex in it. I don't know if it's sold anything there. Well, it's taking a little while to open it up, so I might just leave that. But anyway, there's another wallet with 350 million. We'll try and bring it up tomorrow maybe and check that out. So that is Hex holding up against the whale splash. So hopefully we'll get a nice little rebound on PulseChain. Hopefully by the weekend, if the whale sells out a lot of stuff. They've still got all that Pulse in the other wallet. So that was about $1 million in Pulse. So we'll see what happens there. And I'll check the bridge as well. So that is the play. That's going to lead us into, Titanex. And of course, the talk of the town is Torus there from Cryptographics. So we're going to get into that now. This will be our final segment for the show. And let's see. Titanex. Titanex. Let me jump away from that. So Titanex, bam. All right. So Titanex at the moment sitting at 7,400. So obviously that was getting pretty hot on the RSI on the daily. And you can see here with the price. Let me go to the 4-hourly chart, let's say. And you can see that we rallied all up in US dollar price up to 6 zeros, 2,400. We obviously had a little bit of selling there, 2,100. The RSI was getting pretty hot though, right? So let's bring in the RSI in. RSI. and it was a good indication there. So, on the 4 hourly, it was getting up pretty hot on the top of that move. We're up at 80, 82. It's come back down to 53 and then 59 on the 4 hourly. This is the shorter time frame, right? Like compared time frames. And then on the daily, it's still hot, right? So the daily, it's still hot here. Look at that. Still at 80 there. So should hopefully just consolidate in the zone at the moment. Although, the 4 hourly is giving it a little bit more room, a bit more legs to have another push higher. So maybe we'll keep pushing up to here. Now, the one thing we're going to say about that, of course, is that Taurus is out, and Taurus is doing very well. We can see the RSI on the weekly, though, is only down at 39 for Titanex, obviously. So we've got a lot of room to move on the old Titanex because it's only down at 40 there, and it's come off the bottom at 6 zeros 1100, now at 6 zeros 2200. So it's basically a 2x on that. Now, looking at the ETH ratio, we can see that on the daily, that we have moved up off the bottom. Essentially, we're down at 10 zeros 49. Let's just say 10,000, 10 zeros 5,000. We're now at 10 zeros 7,400, and we got to 8,000 yesterday. So we're not too far away from losing a zero. That would be all the way up here to lose a zero. So to get there in the end, we've got plenty of room on the weekly. So we'll just have a few little consolidation periods, no doubt. But that being said, we've got the rest of the Titanex doing not too bad. Green, fairly green across the board. Yesterday it was very good. It's come down a little bit off that with the old Titanex because a lot of these are paired up with Titanex, like DragonX. It's still up quite nicely. Lotus up 16%. Phoenix up 13% there. What else is looking pretty interesting? Obviously, Uranus up 11% on base chain. 420 on base is up 20% as well. And so is Smoke up 26%. But Taurus is the one we're going to look at. Taurus is the talk of the town. So we're going to be looking at, it's only on day 5 now, just day 5. So we're going to open that up too. And we're going to enter the DAP there too. So kind of cool. And we're going to go to the yield at the moment. ROI, 18,000 cents. If you wonder why people are flocking into it, it's 18,000 cents at the moment. And the staking there at the moment is 5,000. So we're actually getting people buying off the market. There's not a lot of supply around and actually staking for that. But if you create, it's 18,000. So there we go. That will probably flip at some stage, maybe in the future. Probably will, but we'll see. The buy and burn, though, is going up and away on the old Taurus. Look at this. So we've got 38,000 now. I'm going to add it up in the calculator. Shall we do that? Let's do that. I'm going to do some rounding, though, just to make it easy. We're going to do it easy. So we got, 38 plus, let's say 137. So that is the buy and burn, right? So that is there. So it's building up this big, basically, cash treasury. Basically, is what it's doing, right? Because it's only on a 1% at the moment. So it can go up to 10% on the buy and burn. So, and it does it 144 times a day, right? The buy and build builds up liquidity. So if this burns the token, this buy and build burns as well. Now, remember when you do create your Taurus as well, you also, especially when you're using ETH, you're always burning a little bit of Taurus at the same time. So it's got all these the other burn as well. But the main burns here, we've got the buy and burn build. So it's sitting at 23. So plus 23. And then we got plus 110 in Titanex value. So this ETH and Titanex. And then we've got the fractal, which won't launch until day 110. And that's obviously the max period for creating Taurus is 88 days. But this will kick in on day 110, so that'll be after that period. And that has got 15K in ETH. And it's also got 70, let's go 71 because I overplayed it before. And that means that we've got $374,000, folks. $374,000 in the buy and burn, and we're only on day 5, and we're 7 hours into it. So that is crazy. So 74, that is pretty crazy. So if you divide it by, let's say, divided by 4, that's about $90,000 a day, which is pretty crazy. So may it continue. And look, it may very well be on the verge of runaway, right? So we get a runaway like we did back in the Titanex early days. This thing could go really crazy. So let's jump into the stats. The stats at the moment. So at the moment, the daily reward pool is currently valued at the Torus payout pool times the market price. The market price at the moment is $7.60. So let's have a quick look at the market price and check that out. So $7.60, and you can see the chart there. So we had a nice rally in the price, went all the way up to $8.30. Then we had, I think we had some pool changes as well with the liquidity, and then we came down to $6.90, and now we're back up to $7.60 there. But I did think we had some change in LP liquidities there. We obviously can see the charts there with the trade. I think we did though. Yeah, we had some liquidity changes here 3 hours ago. I think that might have impacted the markets a little bit, some of those. And so yeah, we've got that play. Let's jump over to liquidity. Yeah, we've got 169k liquidity at the moment. Remember these numbers because we're only at the beginning of day 5 pretty much. We've got a market cap 150k. Early days. So let's see where that all goes to in the future. Can be pretty crazy. I'm going to log that chart actually. There's a log chart there, and $7.60 at the moment. So yeah, people are buying off the market. Pretty amazing. And staking. So yeah, that's the reward pool today. Obviously that moves around wild. It could move around wildly, and just take note of that. But at the moment we've got 72% of the supply is liquid, but it's not really liquid. It's kind of sitting in, well, it is liquid, but it's in the LP pools and things like that. We've got 26% is actually staked now, which has surprised to the upside, right? And why is that the case? Well, because the earning, right, the staking here, people are buying to get the 5,100% there on the staking, and of course you get your shares, right? You're competing for shares. The share rate they're going against you, so you got to get more shares, right? That's the play. So that's kind of what's happening there. The buy and burn though starting to get bigger. Not big enough yet that we've got a percentage showing on the thing, but 328 has been burnt, so that's slowly climbing. It's early days on the buy and burn, right? And we've what have we got there? Torus supply 19,754. 328 have been burnt, and staked is 5,184, which has really been a surprise to the upside there. But of course, those yields probably driving that behavior, and maybe a few people just don't know about stuff. But we got total shares there. And this is the one that I've been looking at the most, 1.35 billion. Why is this so important, this share number? Let me just zoom in on that, because I can see it's a little bit small on the page, on the screen. Why is that so important? Because that's what gives you that total amount, is what distributes the daily reward pool of 99,680. And that goes down by 0.8% a day. So that's going down every single day. And of course, that the US dollars, depending on the price times that payout. And of course, how many shares determines how much of the allocation is happening, right? So this number is very, very important there. So we've been watching that. I did take a snapshot yesterday. Let me have a look and see what that was. Not that one. Let me have a look at this one. Yeah, so we're at 1.27 billion. When did I take the snapshot? So this was 13 hours ago. I took the snapshot, and we're at 1.35. So we're at 1.27, 1.35. So we've only gone up 0.8. So we actually, that is not too much of a runaway yet, but I'm suspecting we're going to get a runaway in the old shares there. So keep a lookout for that. As people cotton on to these numbers. I think pretty crazy. So that is some of the cool stats. We're 7 hours and 23 minutes into day 5, super early, as you guys know, and I'm very much expecting this to start to run away at some stage when people climb on board and get it. So it's kind of cool. But we have got the daily update here on the June. This is from Mike Dean as well. So check that out. Now I'm going to post the Titanex up if you guys want to check this out. You got all the links in there from Mike Dean. And I checked that out. That is there. So big shout out to Cryptographics, doing a great job also. So yeah, we are going to go to the Mike Dean dashboard. We got $491,000. This is updated only 49 minutes ago, so it's really quite fresh. So $491,000 has gone into the protocol so far in 4 days and 7 hours. So isn't that crazy? So really well there. And what else? 32 ETH has been deposited into the protocol, so kind of cool. And 1.8 trillion Titanex has been deposited. So that is amazing. Let's go and have a look at Titanex. We're going to go to the Titanex website, and we're going to check out the rankings of the supply stats. We have also gone down in liquid supply, so we're now at 68.3 trillion on Titanex. So Taurus is having a very good impact on liquidity, and we're going to continue to watch that number go down. What we want to see is this number get to 10 trillion or so. That would be beautiful. And that's going to have a profound, I think, impact on the old Titanex price, and of course the supply. If we get down to 58 trillion or so, even lower, that'd be absolutely huge. So we're looking for those killer apps on Titanex to really kick things going. Now, looking at the rankings, we can see that Torus has now gone up to a couple of spaces. It started off, I think, around when we first covered it, was like sitting at number 9. It has gone past a Vault at number 8. It's gone past Helios overnight. So overnight it passed Helios. and it is now flipped it. So Helios was at 1.9 trillion, and now Torus is at 1.93 trillion, which is even slightly higher than the number here that's on this here. I'm not sure why there's a difference there, but that is definitely a big number there. And so that's gone flipped. Torus is at number 6. It may be something to do with the breakdowns here. And we got 94. That's not possibly in this definition here. We got Taurus, Titanex, and ETH coming in. So that is, let me just jump over here. So we got Taurus here, 94 trillion Titanex has been burnt. Isn't that amazing? So it's really good. And of course, it's gone forever now. And we got Titanex locks, almost 1.5 trillion Titanex locked. And then we got we obviously got a lot of buy and burn things like that in there. And then we got Titanex and the LP at 400 trillion there on the Titanex LP. So Taurus is now at number 6. Flipped Helios, flipped Volt yesterday, flipped Helios today, and now is, I guess it's got a lot of work to do if it's going to flip Hyper. Hyper is up at 9.25 trillion. But once it starts heading into the 10, let's say if we can do 10 trillion, it will flip both Hyper and Shogun. It's only at the beginning of day 5. Yeah, we could get some big FOMO in there and game on, right? To try and challenge Hyper and Shogun there and get into the big pack, right? These top 5 very big successful protocols, right? Obviously DragonX, X28, Ouroboros, Shogun, and Hyper. Now, obviously, Ouroboros, there is a modified liquidity fork, so it gets a lot of collateralization. But apart from that, that's going to be a big deal. So we'll keep watching out. Very cool. Now, in terms of burn tokens, Taurus is number 6 as well on that list. In terms of lock tokens, Taurus is actually number 2 on lock tokens, so just below Ouroboros, the lending platform. So obviously a bit of work to do there, but man, if Taurus can do 10 trillion and then get above that and do go even higher, man, it's definitely possible. But we'll see, because if the ecosystem's booming, then Ouroboros will probably be booming. Looking at the LP, where we got Taurus there. Taurus at number 5 on there at 400. So it's another 213 to pass Hyper. I think it's going to pass Hyper and Tink. So it's probably going to come up and sit at number 3 pretty soon, behind Volt is my guess on that. So kind of cool. Tara says Taurus on PulseChain. No, it's on Ethereum, Tara. So it's from Cryptographics, as you might know, as a PulseChain Titanex influencer who's now a founder and a project leader. And this is looking pretty exciting. We're going to see how this goes. Very different from the previous Titanex projects. So yeah, it's going to be pretty crazy. We do actually have quite a lot of Titanex pools over on PulseChain. We've got I think Eros out there doing a big move with Titanex peers over on PulseChain. So yeah, looking forward to Unity on PulseChain. Yeah, so we've probably got a lot of stuff coming to PulseChain with Eros and other projects. So there's definitely plenty out there, and of course Helios already got LP pools over on PulseChain and things like that. So there's quite a lot of crossover, and there's a lot of crossover in the community too, right? There's a big crossover there. So that is Taurus. Let me just scroll down to the future max supply is 9 million Taurus. We're only got about just under 20,000 at the moment, so we've got a long way to go, right? Long way to go. And this chart here is really fascinating, because even though we got this 9 million expected, this chart's going to change a lot. It's not going to be like Titanex where you got fixed supplies. As more people come in, this whole profile changes, right? That's the main difference you got to think about, is that the more people that come in, this starts separating out in terms of gets reallocated to other people. So not the last 4 days. So the last 4 day payments have been locked in by the people that are in, but the future supply gets spread by the more people that come in. So it's a very good way of distributing tokens to more people. So it's going to be really fascinating to see that fundamental difference play out in the old ecosystem. So yeah, very cool there. So obviously lots of cool charts coming moving forward. And of course we can see, if we go to day number 38, so this is day 38, we're on day 5, right? So day 38, we've got 13,000 tokens coming out. So this is probably when we start to see, a bit of an increase in the supply. At the moment, of course, we've got a lot of tokens pretty much being bought up. 5,000, I think it was, being bought up in state. So, if we get 5,000 buys a day, it's going to help offset this new supply, right? At this point, at least up to day 38. It will get pretty interesting once we move a bit forward. Obviously, we're going to have the buy and burn out there too. So we've got a lot of variables that are going to play into this. And of course, that big redistribution, the more people to come in, that inflation gets, that distribution, token distributional inflation gets distributed to more and more people, which is very different dynamics than previously, where the early people would get these huge supplies. So this is going to be pretty interesting to see that play out in the future from day 5 onwards. So yeah, pretty crazy. Day 51, we've got 58,000 coming out on that day. And of course, this is not accumulated, it's just the individual days and so on. So you can sort of see it ramp up. That day 64, 137,000 come out. And of course, presumably there'll be a lot more people around and all this other dynamics there. So the buy and burns, everything else, and of course, a redistribution of inflation. So that is just currently the current picture, but we're expecting some pretty big changes in the future there as well. So how many creations have been made? Well, people go and they make a Torus one here. They set the power and the length. That dramatically impacts their yield. So if you did like 20 days, it's going to take your yield down to 23%. So if you do 88 days, you're all the way up at 18,000%, right? So you're going to get more shares. That gives you more shares, and more shares gives you more of that reward pool, right? So that's why people are going long, because they get more of the tokens. Or you play the short lane, try to play the short speculative game, or you try to go out for 30 days or something like that. So if you do try to play that game, if you did 30 days, for example, then you're going to get way less shares, right? Way less shares, only 305,000 shares, and you get a ROI of 2.47. But how many people come in after you, right? Remember, you don't really lock the tokens down until the day closes, so your future rewards can change dramatically. So you take on quite a bit of risk there, and all the money that you're putting into the system goes into essentially this big buy and burn treasuries, right? All these treasuries here. And that's the other way I look at it, not just buy and burn, but as a treasury, capturing all that value going in. So, you got to take into account some of these sort of strategic things that may go on here with the protocol. So that's, I think, why, we're seeing a lot of people go long, but 636 going up very nicely. I think we were at like 530 yesterday or something like that. Can't remember the exact number, but we've gone up a bit there. And stakes 102. So we've got over 100 stakes now, which is pretty cool. Another cool milestone. And creation there. So this is the chart that we're going to be looking at, because this is the Torus creations. This tells you, are we going to get this big adoption runaway profile? At the moment, we're not quite there yet. We definitely saw some nice little days there on day 3 and day 4. But are we going to see that, happening in the few days? Maybe we'll see it a week into the thing, right? People are late, and then suddenly everyone FOMOs in. So will we get that network effect and that take off, right? That's the question. And of course, with these pretty attractive yields, the word gets out there and people go, oh my God, better get in on that. So let's see what happens. Nothing's, guaranteed, but this is pretty interesting, the way it's going to play out there. Yeah, circulating supply, only 20,000 right now. So it's still early, super early days, right? We're expecting at least 9 million now to be potentially out in the future in 88, 92, 93 days time. So yeah, it's going to be pretty fun. So yeah, 1.22% burned. Obviously, we are at the beginning, guys. I cannot say that enough. But yeah, only 81 liquid holders too. It is pretty crazy. So it's going to be pretty amazing. Now, we do have 55% of the supply at the moment in the V3. We got 26% in the Torus staking contract. So really, what's that? 70, 80%, 81% there in those. And of course, we have burn tokens of 1% as well. There's not a lot of supply out there. And so that is bullish. So yeah, we're looking forward to this. Really frontier tokenomic stuff here right now with the Torus. And game on. Only day 5, right? Day 5 is pretty early. So yeah, let's see where we go from here. Now, if you guys want to find out more details, get into our strategy club. The link is in the video description. Easy to join up. Only $35 a month. Really good value. Get in there today, and we'll see you in the strategy club there. We do monthly reports. We do constant intel updates. And of course, we also do strategy chats, and we've got our top 10 index. You can check that out too for PulseChain. So join up there today as well. All right. So not bad. That is all the stuff happening there. We are waiting for Stevie D's Bitcoin Genie product to come out. I think along with Torus, these are going to be 2 frontier tokenomic projects that could really push the boundaries of DeFi. So really excited about where these will go, because it's one of the reasons why I like crypto so much is because we have these really frontier tokenomics sort of finance options that in crypto that you don't get anywhere else in the world. And so it's fun to see that. And of course, all sorts of people come up, and make these things up, which is really exciting. So looking very, very, very cool indeed. But don't also forget to check out the monster thread. that is out at the moment, right? So the monster thread is alive and well. Share it around. Not only is it great for the community, is covering everything, and there's all sorts of people in it, from artists through to DeFi. But also it's great for onboarding as well. So share it around to new people. When we start to pick up on PulseChain, once this whale stop selling, maybe in the next week, we can move into August, and maybe the tariffs all settle down. We can start getting capital flows onto PulseChain, and the prices start to really ramp up. And who knows what else was going to happen? Ethereum gets back to 3,800. It's game on from there, and we could see exciting things happening. So bring it on. That's all I can say. So it's great to have a newsletter there. Voltaire says PulseX buy and burn from Unity will make it a rocket, says Voltaire. All right. I thought you were saying Unity, but I think you're talking about a protocol. Yeah, protocol there. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. We're up to now in 5 minutes. I was going to do like a quick 45-minute show, but hey, it's just the way it goes. We've got a very good community watching at the moment. So really, I hope you guys have enjoyed the show. We've covered a bit of everything, from the stock market through to crypto, through to PulseChain, through to Titanex, and of course Torus there. Big shout out to Cryptographics, doing a great job there. And of course we also went through the monster thread, all the latest week hottest news over the last week from the community, which I hope you guys have enjoyed. And of course it's a great thing for it. It's something we really enjoy bringing to the community, including all these hot DeFi teams that are on PulseChain. So big shout out to all of them. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Take care, everybody. Should we play out the banana video on the way out? I think we should. Do that. Let me just find the right screen here for that. And join up, follow on X as well, because heading towards 1,000, got 919. As you guys know, I've had to rebuild since they pulled down my last channel, which was a lot bigger, but it's the way it goes. That's life. We just get back up on a horse, right? We just get back up on a horse there and ride again into the sunset. All right, take care, everybody. Peace out. Enjoy your day. Catch you again tomorrow. I will be on the day 2 PulseX conference, PulseChain conference at about 5:30 p.m. Eastern, talking about the monster thread. So I'll see you all there. Bye for now.
Not a mystery. It is a repeat of the debt cycle. They are rolling the debts. They are doing the same thing. Each cycle is not to do with a halving cycle, nothing to do with any of that. It's all driven by liquidity cycle and funding of debts. Each phase, we get phase 1 of the banana zone, banana number 1. The corrective zone, banana number 2 comes. Another correction, banana number 3. So this is the banana zone. So that's what happened in 2020. 2021, off we go. Sorry, that was 2017, which again looks very similar to this one. That was the last one. Here we are now. It can't be clearer to me. I've shown you the macro evidence, the technical evidence, the sentiment evidence. Everything here suggests to me that hold on to your hats. Don't fuck this up. Don't lose control of your tokens. Don't use leverage. Don't get your wallet hacked. Just sit with it. Be careful. Don't get FOMO. Do all of the right things, and we'll go up to the next phase of correction zone. That's going to be harder, because the next one that happens will have a 35% drop, and you'll all say, is it over? And you'll definitely be sure it's over, and everybody on Twitter will tell you it's over, and it won't be over. By our work, we suggest that because of the elongation of the business cycle, because rates were higher for longer, the forward-looking liquidity suggests that, again, probabilistically speaking, without any guarantees, this whole thing goes into Q1, maybe Q2 of 2026, which would align with Trump's, trying to win the midterms as well. So everything's lined up for us. I think it started. So keep the faith, keep building stuff, and let's keep driving Siri forward with all of this. Thank you.
You could get a God candle at any moment. You could get a giant green candle at any moment, because it's easier to get them, because it takes less economic energy, because there's less of it for sale.